Through 2 days of competition, we have seen memorable moments, exceptional swimming, and now we brace for night 3 at the 2024 Canadian Olympic and Paralympic Swimming Trials. Welcome back inside the place they call Canada's fastest pool. You know all about that, Brittany, Maclean. Devin, Heroux, so pleased to be alongside the 2016 Olympic bronze medalist, Britt. Here we go. Got to deliver under demand. Deliver on demand.
Oh my gosh, this event is always one of the most nerve-wracking as both a spectator and an athlete. It is high pressure. They have one chance at this competition and this competition only to try to get their names on the roster for the Olympics and the Paralympics.
I love how pumped up you get. Listen, tonight we're going to start with Paralympic swimming, and we have a big-time guest right now.
We do. I don't think there's any bigger time guest. That's why we got him.
Okay, Benoit.
Just for you.
That's your
Come
cue,
on in.
Benoit.
Come
Benoit
on in.
Huot, Canada's most decorated Paralympic swimmer.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it.
There's many champions.
20.
We have a great legacy in para swimming in Canada, and one of them will be in the pool in a few minutes.
All right, talk about it. You've won gold in the 400-meter freestyle. So has once,
Yeah.
right? 2004.
I'm trying to count.
2004.
You're good. You're good.
Athens. All right. Orly Rivard.
Yeah.
She looks good. Smooth prelim. What can we expect from her tonight?
Well, record holder. She's the athlete to beat in Paris. She's been on the podium at every single Paralympic she participated in the 400 freestyle. She was 16 in London, winning silver medal in that race. So there's good odds for her. Now the objectives for tonight, like most of the athletes here in Toronto, is to be as close as her PB. She's in season. She's probably didn't rest like most of the other athletes because she will qualify without an issue. Now it's how close she can be to her 4:24 that she established that world record in Tokyo 3 years ago.
Well, and the prelim looked pretty strong for her, right? She wasn't that far off of her entry time. Knowing that this is a meet that has a lot of pressure, you have a lot of mind games. I know this has been a mental hurdle for her in the past, but she wants to get herself on that Paralympic roster, and this is her first event so far here at the trials.
Yeah, and you said it. It's been a challenging event for her since Tokyo. We saw lots of up and down, so she needs to really build that confidence within the next 100 days to make sure she's ready for Paris.
Benoit, what's it been like? I know every time you come in the pool, you get the chills, you get the juices flowing again. How are you feeling? What's standing out so far for you?
Well, there's many races that are outstanding. We're so lucky to have a lot of depth. You know, back in the day, in 2004,
I know.
2008, they were tough years. So, a lot of people say, what's going to be after Penny? What's going to be after Taylor and so on? I'm not worried. There's a lot of depth. Well, of course, summer is still young, but there's so much swimming, so much talent in this pool.
Well, and I have to ask you, one more event on the Paralympic program at the end of the night with Sebastian Masse. That was a name, just a few weeks ago, we barely even knew about him. What do you think the future of the men's program is on the Paralympic side?
Well, Sebastian is a good, positive outcome. Nicolas Bennett, Canadian record. He's going to be in the podium in Paris this summer. For second Paralympics for him, but he's going to win a medal. It's Paralympics. It's not an easy task, and Swimming Canada is putting a lot of effort to develop and get within the community to find the numbers. But that's the challenge. And we have 7 spots, I believe. That's right, 15 on the women's side and 7 on the men's side for Paris. And hopefully they all make a minimum qualifying standard. And we have 22 swimmers at Paris for the Paralympics.
It looks like you could still swim and meet that
Well,
standard.
it's interesting because I look at the 200 individual medley is coming up, and that was my best event. Yeah. I look at the standard. I'm not going to come back, but
He thinks it's a possibility. Should we get in the pool?
Well, not now because I hate it.
Right. I just had pizza and sandwiches too.
We were saying, what kind of performance is it going to take for you to get that excited that you and Devin and myself are going to have a pool party?
Let's say
a world record.
Yeah, summer world record.
Okay.
400 IM tomorrow.
400 IM.
We might be jumping in.
If she breaks the world record here this week, the 3 of us will jump in this very pool.
Okay, wonderful.
Let's do it.
There.
Well, have a great night.
Thanks, Benoit.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
All the best.
Great stuff. What a champion. The GOAT, no doubt. Wonderful to get his thoughts. So that will be the start of the night. Then we go to the men's 200-meter freestyle. We were talking off camera just a second ago. I got goosebumps. Jeremy Bagshaw has been at this for how long?
Ooh, his first national team was around 2010.
Wow.
So 14 years on and off the national team. The even cooler part, He's in med school. He's just wrapped up med school in Ireland. He's about to start his residency next year. He has shown that he can still do it all. And Jeremy Bagshaw is a phenomenal human being, absolutely brilliant, as you can imagine. He's obviously about to save lives in the future, but yet to make an Olympic team, and tonight is arguably his last shot.
Oh my gosh. He walked by us just a second ago. John Atkinson, high performance director, was right here. There was this steely focus in the eyes of Jeremy Bagshaw. Handshake with John Atkinson.
Well, I almost did the same too. I just tapped his shoulder and just said, like, good luck, because you're in that moment right now where less is almost more. You don't want to say too much. Honestly, I am very good friends with Kylie Moss. That's another race coming up, but I don't even want to see her before her race. I want to embrace her after her race and be able to celebrate that moment with her. It is a sensitive time on the pool deck, but it is also a time of pure elation and joy in the right moment.
Outstanding. Okay, 2 big scratches in the men's 200-meter free. Maybe not surprising. Finley Knox and Josh Leando both out tonight. It opens the door for people.
It does. And the reason why they did swim it this morning is so they can be in the conversation when it comes to relay considerations. You have to prove that you can post a good time. But both of them have to look at their schedule when it comes to the Olympic Games and make that decision, of course, with the staff at Swimming Canada. That opens it up, though, and I'm very much excited. We have a chance to put a lot of new names on that roster.
Trending in the right direction, this men's program. We have fast swimmers and a lot of depth. It's wonderful to see. Okay, let's talk about the women's 100-meter backstroke.
Yeah.
Because Kylie Moss, for so long, has been so good.
Yes.
Her consistency of greatness is something to marvel over. Last year was tough for her.
It was.
We wondered what Kylie we would see. Wow.
She looked phenomenal this morning, and it really was just as simple as a transition year for Moss. She was training out in Spain. She had to go through some immigration, I would call them frustrations, to get herself out there and to get into a comfortable training position. But now she looked really comfortable and so smooth through the water. She's been on the podium at the last 2 Olympic Games in this very event, so we can never count her out. But arguably the fastest event across the field, with Kaylee McEwen and Reagan Smith on fire right now.
Her fastest time in the 100-meter backstroke since the trials for the Olympics 3 years ago. You have been in a situation maybe where it wasn't always going the way you wanted to. You get in your head. Then you have a performance like that and you go, oh, I still got it.
Right, and it could have been very easy for Kylie to get on the blocks or in the water, because in backstroke you start in the water. But she could have very easily taken a nice, relaxed swim. But Kylie needed that confidence booster. She needed to prove to both herself and the swim fans and the whole community that she was here to play, and she did just that, and I cannot wait to watch her race here tonight.
Hey, just a word on, we're calling this a golden generation of Canadian swimming.
Yep.
I see how excited you are every night we're here. This place has been electric, so Canadians are serving notice and taking notice. This Canadian swimming program is here.
It is, and it's here to stay. I think that's the best part. I watched an 11-year-old girl swim the 1500 today in the heats, and she was like, she won her heat, and she was challenging the rest of the field. And she took her goggles off, and you could see how young she truly looked. And I think in that moment, I realized that we are going to be good here for years to come. It starts all with the fans in the stands. We saw Penny being that leader for Summer McIntosh at the 2016 trials, where Summer looked so young, and then now we watch her at the next trials lighting up the pool and making her first Olympic team, and by the next trials she's breaking world records. So it really is just about having a dream and starting somewhere, and I believe this program is in the best shape it possibly can be.
If you can see it, you can be it. And right now here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre, these Canadian swimmers are allowing these youngsters to dream big. We're bracing for another wonderful night of swimming, and it is such an extraordinary thing, Britt. Last word to you. You wake up with the chance to qualify for the Olympics and Paralympics. I can't even imagine.
I'm still like, before that 400 IM last night, the first heat of the night, we had an amazing swim from Tristan Jankowicz. I had to take deep breaths. I had to sit down because I was so nervous, and I had no stake in the game. I just was reliving that behind the blocks. You put so much work in, and you have one moment, and you have one chance, and it is the hardest thing to get through. But once you get through the trials, when you get to games, anything is possible. These athletes have expectations now. We used to go to games and it was, okay, I made the team, great. Now it's, okay, I made the team. I want to be on the podium. I want to be on the top of the podium, and I want to Heroux Canada.
High tides raise all boats and lift all Canadian swimmers. We're getting set for night 3 of the finals here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. Watch it live at 6 p.m. on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. As always, buckle up.
Buckle up.
Paris in the summer, where hearts turn to gold.
It's going to be a wild ride. Everyone's invited.
CBC and Gem have you covered.
Here comes DeGrasse. It is Summer McIntosh. Gold for Canada.
It all begins July 26th. The world comes alive in a global act of unity.